Hello, my name is Jasmine, and today I will be presenting the 4-aminobiphenyl. And as you can see on the screen, I have two structures from MoleView. I have a 3D structure on the left and a bondline structure on the right. You can see that in the bondline structure, you have two rings, and in the 3D model, it's kind of twisted. Some general information of the molecule. So the chemical formula is C12H11N. The molecular weight is about 169. The melting point is between 326 and 326.7 Kelvin. It's soluble in cold water, acetone, chloroform, ethanol, diethyl ether, and hot water. And it comes from a class of organic compounds known as biphenyls and derivatives. For aminobiphenyl chemical properties, it is a colorless crystal solid that turns purple when exposed to air. It is combustible and produces toxic fumes in a fire. Based on the International Agency of Research Cancer, it is classified as a Group 1 carcinogen, which is known to cause cancer due to a strong amount of evidence from the epidemiological studies. So you may be wondering, how was it originally discovered? Well, the background gives a really big hint. It was discovered by the fumes of cooking oil. 4-aminobiphenyl was used as a rubber antioxidant, which protects your tires from degradation, as well as a dye intermediate, which produces your paints, plastics, and paper. Now, these both can be seen as an advantage, as these are things we use every day. To clarify, an antioxidant fights off free radicals, which are known to cause cancer and diabetes. However, an excessive amount of free radicals will produce oxidative stress and harm your DNA and molecules, and this can come from a variety of external factors. Some of the external factors will include cigarette smoke, alcohol intake, air pollution, and so if you have a lot of oxidative stress, it can lead to cancer and other health problems. I did find one alternative for a dye intermediate, which was natural dyes, which are dyes produced from fruits, plants, and flowers, which are overall safer for human health and the environment and are non carcinogenic. Where can it be found or purchased? So, although it is no longer manufactured commercially, you can still find it from multiple sources. Food dye, hair dye, you can find it in a fungicide that was used on apples. And at the very last bullet point, those several different molecules, you can also find it there. Harmful effects. So this is the so what? Why does it matter? Well, if you ever inhale this chemical, it'll cause headaches, lethargy, cyanosis, urinary burning, and hematuria, which is the presence of blood in urine in humans. And it can also cause tumors in the bladder for humans. Factories have always been known to produce air pollution, and their safety was always questionable or could be improved. 4-aminobiphenyl was produced in a factory where people were creating dyes and rubbers, but this is where people inhaled the chemical and they got sick from it. Scientific studies. There were a lot of different studies regarding 4-aminobiphenyl and the chemical affecting its workers. The first study indicates that in the United States of America between 1935 and 1955, 315 male workers were exposed to 4-aminobiphenyl, which resulted in 53 developing bladder tumors. The second study focused on cancer mortality among 884 male workers at a chemical plant. A tenfold increase in mortality from bladder cancer was reported, with all 9 cases having started work before 4-aminobiphenyl production ceased. Now, this was in West Virginia in 1952. And this basically is just saying that there was a tenfold increase in mortality from bladder cancer, and this was when the production of 4-aminobiphenyl was happening. This is why I would nominate 4-aminobiphenyl as the molecule of the year. It is extremely brutal. It's crazy how it can even happen in animals, dogs, mice, rats, rabbits, where you will see these tumors in the bladder. It was a little sad to see the amount of people that have been affected by this chemical, but there are alternatives. Like I said, with the dyes, as far as the antioxidant goes in rubber, it was really hard to find an alternative because a lot of the rubber antioxidants are just super harmful. Thank you for listening to my presentation over 4-aminobiphenyl and why I think it should be the molecule of the year.